Hey everyone, welcome back to the Missy Money channel. I'm Missy and I'm a mom of 3 and the owner of Missy Money, a small business that specializes in minimalist and aesthetic cash stuffing essentials to help inspire and motivate you on your personal finance journey. Today is the start of the June cycle, so I am going to be reviewing my monthly goals for June, and then I'll also be cash stuffing my first June paycheck, including variable expenses, sinking funds, and contributions to savings challenges. Stay tuned. All right, so as always, I'm going to go ahead and start by unstuffing my wallet. The funds that I have left in these envelopes are just the leftover funds from all of my variable expenses from this past pay period, so essentially this last week. So I'm going to go ahead and see what I've got left. Starting with groceries, I've got $11 left in groceries. I have $6 left in food delivery. Nothing left in gas. I've got $5 left in entertainment, nothing in shopping, nothing in kids, and then I've got $50 left in miscellaneous, and I'm gonna go ahead and unstuff that. So I didn't roll over any funds. At the start of the month, I like to typically take out all of the funds from all of my variable expenses and kind of start fresh for the start of the month. So I'll go ahead and did that. And then these will be the funds that I go ahead and contribute to savings challenges with. So I'm gonna set those aside for now. Because it's the last pay period of, I'm closing out the last pay period of the past month, so last pay period of May, I have one extra step. So as you guys know, if you've watched previous videos, when I make credit card expense transactions, what I do is I will take the equivalent amount of that purchase from whatever category envelope it relates to. So let's say that I make a shopping purchase online for $40. What I'll do for that transaction is I'll move $40 from my shopping envelope over into my spent envelope. So over the past month, I've been making purchases on my credit card and I've been putting it in my spent envelope. Because I am closing out my last pay period of May, what I'm now going to do is take out all of the money from my spent envelope, and I'm going to go ahead and deposit this in the bank the next time I'm at the bank. What that will enable me to do is to use these dollars to pay off my credit card balance in full, so I'm not incurring any fees or interest charges from the previous month's purchases. If you have any questions about how the different transactions within the cash stuffing system works, or how you can use credit cards within the cash stuffing system, you can go ahead and visit my cash stuffing for beginners video and use the timestamps to skip to the part about paying for expenses, and I go through it in detail. But again, I often use my credit card for my expenses. It's convenient, and I'll do that both for online expenses or even in-person expenses. So I'll use that money to pay off my credit card, and then that way I'll have a zero balance on my credit card, and again, won't be incurring any of those additional fees. So the first thing I'm going to do, because this is my first pay period of June and I'm kind of starting out the June month, I'm going to go ahead and quickly review my monthly goals for June. So I made a few tweaks to this month, and I always start by kind of looking at my paydays and seeing when my paydays are going to fall. Today is May 31st, but that is my first paycheck of June because the first of the month, so June 1st, falls within this pay period, and this pay period runs from, will run from May 31st today until June 6th, the day before my next payday. So today, May 31st, is my first payday, and then you can see when my other 3 paydays fall. I'm a weekly paid employee, but again, the system works no matter your pay frequency. I've laid out the income that I'm expecting for the month, and then my debt payments and my bill payments. One thing that was different about this month is if you watch my last video, you'll know that I used my magic month extra paycheck, and I still made a payment towards my car loan. And so that actually put me ahead on my car loan, and I have less than 1 month's payment to go now on my car loan. So by the end of this month, our car will be paid off, which is so exciting. About this car, gosh, like I think 4 years ago now, when my first was just a baby, and so really excited to have that car paid off, and that means that I'll be freeing up a lot lot of extra monthly income to be able to contribute more to my sinking funds, and then also give us a little bit more grace and flexibility within some of our variable expenses. So really excited for what the monthly goals are going to look like starting next month once I have that car loan payment freed up. But the car loan payment's a little bit different this month. I think the bills pretty much stayed the same. Variable expenses, the only thing I did was I increased our contributions towards gas for the month a little bit. Dan has started to drive into work a little bit more frequently. We're still both hybrid, but he's going in more days than he used to. So I just want to give us a little bit more flexibility for gas for filling up. And then I made a few tweaks around sinking funds. I think a couple went down a bit, a couple went up a bit, but just to make sure that my overall monthly goals were balanced to a zero based budget, which is what you can see here. So my grand total after all of my income, accounting for debts, bills, variable expenses, sinking funds, savings and investments is zero. Again, as usual, I am not planning for contributions to savings challenges within my monthly goals, and that's because I use my leftover cash at the end of each pay period within my variable expense envelopes in order to be my main focus, source of contributions towards my savings challenges. So you'll see the money that I pulled out of my wallet at the start of this video will be my primary source for contributing to savings challenges this week. So that's it for my monthly goals. Again, I always start with monthly goals because my bills and debts are cadenced on a monthly cycle. And so I need to sort of plan for all the money that I expect to come in over the course of the month to make sure that I have enough allocated to those obligations, and then plan out what I want to contribute to variable expenses and sinking funds, and then my savings and investment categories. No matter your pay frequency, I do recommend starting with monthly goals just to serve as your roadmap as you go through each paycheck breakdown and cash planning cycle with each of your paychecks. So next, I already filled out my paycheck breakdown for this paycheck. So again, today's May 31st. This pay period is going to run from May 31st to June 6th. So all of my contributions within this need to last me for essentially the next week. So as always, I'm going to contribute 25% of my bills, debts, and then investment categories with this paycheck. I can do that because I'm 1 month ahead on my bill and debt payments. So I'll be saving 25% of my bill and debt payments over the course of my 4 paychecks for this month. And then they'll be sitting in the bank and ready to auto draft next month's bill and debt payments. So if you have any questions about that, again, I recommend checking out the Cash Stuffing for Beginners video. It goes into detail how I handle bills and debts in the system. But my bills, debts, investments will stay in the bank with this paycheck, and then I will pull out cash for my wallet, which is just my variable expenses for this pay period, and then I'll also pull out cash for my binder envelopes, which is my sinking funds. And then you can see my cash planning summary, which helped me know how much I needed to withdraw, which was $909. And I actually already went into the bank, so I have that cash ready to go. So I'm gonna just move this paycheck breakdown and cash planning sheet right over here so I can reference it as I'm cash stuffing, and I will go ahead and get my cash ready to cash stuff. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start by stuffing my variable expenses in my wallet. My wallet is what I keep with me on a daily basis. So my variable expenses are things that I'm gonna expect to need to use over the course of the week, multiple times a week, and sometimes even daily. So I'm gonna go ahead and stuff that first. So my first envelope is groceries, and I've got $200 for groceries. So I'm gonna go ahead and stuff that. Food delivery is next. My weekly stuffing for that is $150. Gas is next, and again, this went up starting with this paycheck just to make sure that we've got a little bit more flexibility in gas. versus what we were having with Dan going into the office more often than he was. Entertainment's gonna get $30. Shopping is getting $40. Kids are getting $60. No, actually, I probably need to use some of that today. Remy's birthday party with her little friends and classmates is tomorrow, and I paid for the majority of the things that we needed for that already over the past couple of months, but we need some sort of small things like drinks that we're bringing in, some small decorations, balloons, that kind of thing, so I'll probably use the kids' envelope for that. And then last is miscellaneous, which is getting $50. And again, miscellaneous just serves as my sort of catch-all category in case I go over in any of my other variable expense categories. Miscellaneous is sort of my buffer category. And then spent, again, is empty because I'm just starting out the month, but over the course of the month, as I make credit card transactions, that will get filled to represent those credit card transactions. So that's it for my wallet. Next, I'm going to move into my sinking fund contributions. So starting with vacation. So vacation is getting $50, which puts me at $50, $100, $50, $200, $50, $300 for vacation. So I've got a ways to go on that one, but every little bit counts. Health and medical is getting $25. And that is going to put health and medical at 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 150, 170, 175, 180, 185, 190, 195, $200 for health and medical. I'm getting to the point where probably somewhat soon I'll do a cash condensing video. I don't like to keep more than, call it 10 to 15 bills in each envelope, just to make sure that kind of everything fits nicely in the binder. So I'm coming up on needing a cash condensing somewhat soon, probably at the end of this month. Insurance premiums are getting $15. So that's going to put us at 10, 20, 25, 30 for insurance premiums. I just paid this one pretty recently. This is just for our car insurance because my health insurance is, our family's health insurance is taken out of my paycheck. So that one's just for car insurance for our family. Home maintenance is getting $25. So that puts home maintenance at 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. I'm gonna need to dip into that this week. We have our sound and security company coming out to help us we had like a new internet system put in, and it kind of jacked up some of the different systems that are tied to it. So we tried to fix it ourselves and realized that we are beyond our depth of knowledge on it. So we're gonna bring somebody out to help fix it for us. So we have $10 going into car maintenance, which is going to put us at $10, $20, $30, $40 in car maintenance. Holidays is getting $40. Sorry if you hear the kiddos in the background. They are home early from school today. Today was their last day of school, and so they are quite noisy. Okay, so in holidays, we've got 100, 50, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 300, 20, 40, 60, 80, 400, 20, 40, 60, 80, 500, 20, 40, 60. That's another one that could use a good cash condensing soon. All right, self-care is getting $15. And that is going to put self-care at 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 110, 115, 120, 125, 126, 127 in self-care. Pet care is getting $25. Again, that probably seems pretty steep for each Paycheck contribution, but we have older pups and they have medicine and food that is on the more expensive side. So we contribute more than the average to pet care. Pet care is now at 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 15, 110, 115, 120, 121, 122 in pet care. Events, this time is getting $19, which I know seems like a odd amount, but events was kind of my catch-all to make sure that I could get myself to zero-based budget and zero-based paycheck. So so it sort of got what was left after all the other contributions. So that is going into events. And that will put our events total at 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69 for events. Start looking at tickets for a college football game because that's what we want to do with that money sometime this fall. Donations is getting 10, which will put me at 10, 20, 30, 40 for donations. Clothing is getting 25. So clothing now has 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100 in clothing. Kids activities is getting $60, which puts kids activities at 50, 100, 110, 120, 125. And then gifts is getting $20, which put gifts at 20, 40, 60, $80. This is another one where if I have more things that I need to get for Remy's party, I might dip into gifts if needed. Hopefully I don't need it, but we'll see. And then school is getting $10, and that's 10, 20, 30, $40 in school. I use throughout the school year, I use school as sort of envelope for incidentals that they might need for things that are going on in schools, like projects or activities, those types of things. But in the summer, what I do is I like to build this up so it's ready for back to school supplies at the start of the school year. So that will be the primary use of my school funds. And that is it for my sinking funds. All right, so it's time to go ahead and make my contributions to savings challenges. I'm gonna put my planner away because I don't need that yet. And then I'll just get the cash that I unstuffed from my variable expense wallet earlier. Let's see what I've got. Okay, so I always start with the 52-week savings challenge. The 52-week savings challenge is really simple in that you just save the amount of cash for the week that you're in. So I am in week number 22 of this challenge. So I'm gonna go ahead and find envelope number 22. And then let's see if I have $22. Oop, exactly. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and contribute $22 to week 22 of this challenge. I've been doing this challenge since the start of the year, but you can start this challenge during any week. So I'm gonna go ahead and color that in. All right. And that's it for my 22nd contribution to the 52-week savings challenge. And then next, I'm gonna go ahead and make a contribution to the June savings challenge. So my 12-month savings challenge, I started in January, but you do not need to start in January. You can start during any month. So I am gonna be making my first contribution to the June challenge. And oh, those are fun. June are flip-flops. So let me go ahead and I'm gonna set each flip-flop to be worth $5, which means that if I fill all of the symbols on this tracker by the end of the month, I will have saved $250, which is my goal for every single month for the 12-month savings challenge this year. And then I need to pick a color. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and this week I'm gonna contribute all $50 that I have to the 12-month savings challenge. So that means that I'll be able to fill in 10 symbols. That also means this week that I won't be contributing to the 100 envelope savings challenge, which is totally okay. That savings challenge is super flexible in its time. It's just all about filling up all 100 envelopes kind of at your own pace. So some weeks I may not contribute to that, and that's perfectly okay. Perfect. All right, that is my first contribution to the June savings challenge. And that's it for savings challenges for this first paycheck of June. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment below and I'll do my best to answer them. If you found this video helpful, you can go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I do cash stuff every single week, and if you hit subscribe, then it'll notify you when I post my next video. As always, I wish you a simple budget, a calm mind, and a happy life. Thanks for watching.